September 17th, 2025, a date that will forever be remembered in the chronicles of K-pop. On this day, BTS's Jimin carved his name into music history books as the first K-pop soloist to surpass 6 billion streams on Spotify. This wasn't just a number on a digital chart. It was proof of the way his voice has traveled across languages, cultures, and continents. It was proof that art born in South Korea could echo across the globe, reshaping the sound of pop music itself. Spotify, the world's largest music streaming platform, confirmed the milestone early in the morning. By noon, headlines across Korean portals like Naver Entertainment and Topstar News were already buzzing, calling Jimin's journey a miracle of sensation. International media quickly followed, cementing Jimin not only as a Korean superstar, but as one of the defining artists of this generation. Fans knew this day was coming. The steady climb of his discography, from his debut solo album Face in 2023 to the deeply intimate Muse in 2025, made it clear Jimin wasn't just testing solo waters. He was building an empire of sound, one stream at a time. But how did this story unfold? To understand the full weight of this achievement, we must go back to where it all began, to the struggles that shaped him, and the songs that defined him. Long before 6 billion streams, long before LED billboards in Itaewon celebrated his name, Jimin was just a young boy in Busan who loved to dance. Teachers at the Busan High School of Arts still recall the student who stayed late after class, perfecting every move until exhaustion blurred his vision. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the most confident, but even back then, there was something in his eyes, a determination that refused to fade. When Jimin joined BTS in 2013 under Big Hit Entertainment, he was the last member to be confirmed. His self-doubt was legendary within the group. He often spoke in interviews about questioning whether he deserved to debut. Yet, ironically, it was this very vulnerability that would later draw millions to his artistry. Fast forward a decade, and that boy from Busan was now leading the charge into uncharted territory, carving out a solo career without ever leaving behind his group identity. March 2023. The world was still reeling from the effects of a global pandemic. K-pop was at a crossroads, the industry booming, yet challenged by shifting platforms and fan expectations. Amid this, Jimin released his debut solo album, Face. It wasn't just an album, it was a confession. Songs like Set Me Free Part 2 and Like Crazy captured emotions of isolation, vulnerability, and the desperate search for freedom. His voice carried pain and healing in equal measure, and the world responded. Like Crazy debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making Jimin the first Korean soloist in history to top the chart. Spotify streams poured in by the millions. Within months, Face became one of the most successful solo albums in K-pop. Critics wrote that Jimin's secret wasn't just his vocals, but his ability to make listeners feel, to take a universal human emotion, longing, heartbreak, hope, and channel it through every note. By the end of 2023, Jimin had established himself not just as a member of BTS, but as an artist in his own right. 2 years later, in July 2025, Jimin unveiled his second solo album, Muse. If Face was about confronting inner shadows, Muse was about light, about love, connection, and gratitude. Dedicated to ARMY, it wasn't just an album, it was a bridge between artist and fans. Songs like Who showcased his versatility, blending modern pop with an intimacy rarely found in K-pop. His voice was soft, yet piercing, gentle, yet unforgettable. The response was immediate. Muse shattered records, debuting high on global charts and anchoring itself on Spotify playlists across the world. Within weeks, fans realized something extraordinary was happening. Jimin's catalog wasn't just climbing, it was soaring. Every stream, every replay of Like Crazy or Who pushed the numbers higher. By September 2025, that number crossed into history: 6 billion total streams. Of course, no story of Jimin would be complete without ARMY. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, from Jakarta to New York, fans worked tirelessly. They organized streaming parties, created detailed playlists optimized for Spotify algorithms, and rallied global campaigns like #6billion with Jimin. For ARMY, this wasn't just about numbers. It was about giving back to the artist who had given them comfort, healing, and strength. Many fans shared stories online of battling depression, of enduring heartbreak, of feeling lost, and finding hope again in Jimin's music. Each stream, they said, was a thank you, a message of love sent back to the singer who had unknowingly saved them. Korean media hailed the achievement as a global cultural code. Naver Entertainment described Jimin as a miracle of sensation, a rare blend of artistry, emotion, and star power. In the US, Billboard noted how rare it was for an international soloist to command such dominance on Spotify, a platform often dominated by Western pop acts. Rolling Stone Asia declared, Jimin is no longer just a member of BTS, he is a global music force on his own. Music executives, too, paid attention. With BTS planning a group comeback in 2026, Jimin's success as a soloist added pressure and excitement. What would it mean when the world's biggest boy band reunites, each member now stronger than ever individually? Now the question lingers. What's next for Jimin? Will he build on this momentum with another solo project? Will he collaborate with global artists who now surely have their eyes on him? Or will this streaming empire serve as the perfect launch pad for BTS's long-awaited comeback? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. September 17th, 2025 wasn't the end of Jimin's story. It was the beginning of a new chapter. The boy from Busan had not only found his place on the stage, he had claimed his throne on the global charts. And with 6 billion streams to his name, the world is now listening closer than ever. When fans talk about Jimin, they don't just mention his achievements. They describe how his voice heals, how it brings comfort during sleepless nights, how it becomes the soundtrack of both happiness and heartbreak. With Like Crazy reaching over 1.6 billion streams alone, listeners around the world confirm that this isn't just music, it's therapy. Fans in letters, tweets, and long posts have shared stories of how Jimin's songs helped them through grief, anxiety, and even the most difficult phases of their lives. This emotional bond has made his Spotify journey more than a statistic. Every stream reflects a moment of comfort, a tear, or a smile. Jimin's first solo album, Face, and his follow-up project, Muse, are considered the twin pillars of his solo legacy. Face was raw, vulnerable, and deeply personal, revealing Jimin's inner struggles and triumphs. Muse, on the other hand, is brighter, more experimental, and showcases Jimin's artistic growth. Together, these albums created a foundation that made the 6 billion milestone possible. What's even more impressive is their longevity. Face has remained on Billboard's World Albums chart for over 60 weeks, a rare feat for a solo K-pop album. It's not just about first-week sales or hype, it's about endurance and relevance. As soon as the 6 billion milestone was confirmed, armies across continents began trending hashtags, sharing fan edits, and even organizing virtual parties. In Seoul, some fans set up digital banners near Hongdae and Itaewon, while in New York and Paris, fan bases arranged subway ads celebrating Jimin's record. On X, formerly Twitter, Jimin 6 billion trended in over 30 countries within hours. This wasn't just a celebration of numbers, it was a collective thank you note from fans who felt part of the journey. Korean media outlets like Naver and Top Star News described Jimin as a global cultural code, someone whose artistry transcends borders. Western outlets highlighted the achievement as proof of K-pop's continuing global dominance, with Jimin at the forefront. What makes this recognition unique is that Jimin isn't just being reported as a singer, he's described as a symbol of resilience, creativity, and cross-cultural unity. His story resonates with both fans and critics, making him not just a performer, but a cultural icon. In the middle of this celebration, unnecessary rumors surfaced once again, linking Jimin to past personal connections. But Hybe swiftly put the matter to rest, confirming that such speculation has no relevance to his present or future. The timing made fans even more protective of Jimin, emphasizing that his focus, and theirs, is on the art, not the noise. If anything, these distractions only highlighted how strong Jimin's real legacy is. Numbers, music, emotions, and a connection with millions worldwide that no gossip can diminish.